Podcast. I'm your host, Ellen Gormley. It's Friday. Yay. Friday. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. It's Casual Friday here at Chez Gormley. I hope you are off to a great day. It's going to be beautiful weather here. I am running a few minutes late, but my first client is not coming. So I have a little bit of time. So let's get started. I am clicking some buttons on my computer here while we are getting started. And until a few people show up, I have a little update for you on the wavy chevron blanket that I've been working on. So I want to show you that. Oh, the doggy, the doggy, the doggy, the doggy. So is anyone here? Can you hear me? We need to make a song out of that. Actually, probably, what is it? What's the Holderness family? Maybe the Holderness family has already made a parody song of Can You Hear Me? Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Good morning. Yes. Okay. So double checking my schedule, make sure I'm not missing anything important. Linda, yes. Good morning. Thumbs up. Hello. Welcome. Okay. So since you're here, I'll go ahead. Oh, good morning, Karen. Hi. 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 I've been working on the little swatch of this I don't know. Good morning, Judy. I kind of like the solid better. I was hoping to be able to see, this is the story of my life. I was hoping to be able to use up some of these scraps. And I only have 3 balls of the blue, and I think one of them doesn't quite match. And so I was going to cut the blue with white or yellow or like this purpley maroon color, magenta-y color. And so I started my swatch with solid blue. Okay, good morning, Christy. Good morning. And I thought, oh, I'll do the white. Good morning. Oh my goodness, lots of people here. Good morning, good morning. And I don't like it. I don't think I like it, but I've just started. So I don't know that I like the stripes. I don't know. I don't know. So now I'm worried, like, what do I do? I'm not sure if I'm gonna like these stripes. First of all, the white is a slightly different gauge than the blue. So that's a problem. I started doing linked stitches. We talked yesterday about linked stitches. So I started doing linked stitches over here for the tall stitches. And then I didn't I didn't love the process. It just wasn't very much fun. So that's why I made the decision to go back to trebles. And then with the double trebles. And then with the double trebles, now these will squeeze together when I put the next row of front post single crochets around them. No, back post single crochets around them. It will hold it together more and there'll be less movement. But I'm thinking about taking out the double trebles altogether and putting another treble row instead. Or a double, no, just a treble. I get those mixed up. I still get those mixed up after all these years. So a double treble is 3 yarn overs. Yeah, because a treble, TR, is my code word for 3. For, it's 2 because it's more than the double. Why did they name them this? Maybe the UK had it right. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I think these are too tall. And even after I bind them together with the single back post single crochet that the pattern calls for, I don't know if I'm going to like them. So this is where we're looking right now. And I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would like the yellow better than the white. Maybe I would like the purple better. I love blue and purple together. I don't know why, especially light blue and magenta together. But I don't know. I don't think I'm digging that either. So this is why I really prefer designing for me instead of like magazines or well, if it's my book, I can make my own decision mostly. But if I were doing this for a magazine, I'd have no choice. Like whatever I proposed or sketched to the magazine, whatever they say, then I'd have to do it. I wouldn't be allowed to like change my mind in the middle unless I emailed the editor and waited for a reply and told them my reasoning and asked if that was okay. And they checked with their advertising people to see if it's okay to use one less color or whatever. No, they don't always have to talk with their advertising people. Good morning. Definitely not the purple. Yellow is brighter. Thank you, Joyce, for your vote. I totally appreciate it. I tend to agree. So anyway, if I were designing for a magazine, if I had proposed to them, I'm going to do one stripe of white and then one stripe of yellow and then one stripe of purple in between fields of blue. And I probably would have sketched it out and drawn it out and colored it with pencil or something so they would get the idea. And I may have even swatched it. Then I have to go with whatever they wanted. So even if I didn't like it and I changed my mind in the middle, I'd have to stick with it. So this is one of the things that I like about designing for myself is I can change my mind at any time and I don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't have to ask permission. I don't have to worry about pissing off an advertiser. I don't know if I'm going to change my mind or not. So I'd like to hear from you what you think. Should I make it solid blue? And that's more like this. And see, these double trebles look good once you put around the, this way. Once you put around the back post single crochet there, it does bind them together pretty well. And so it's not quite as gappy. So do you like the solid blue? I kind of like the solid, but the problem is I only have 3 balls of the blue, so I don't know if that's going to be enough. I could do a Mondrian inspired fields of color and do solid blue until I run out, solid something else until I run out, and then an edging of the 3rd color, which would be probably pretty ugly. Anyway, or I could do the white. The white just feels too thin. The gauge feels wrong on it. So then the other option, which might be pretty cool, is to do the entire thing in blue, but these back post single crochet ridges here, I do in a color, and then it would look like pinstripes. That would be kind of cool, but it would require lots of cutting. Or if I have 2 balls of each color, I could do kind of, not intarsia style exactly, but that way I don't have to cut. I would just make sure and have 2 balls, one on each end of the project, so that I would crochet in one color, crochet in blue, pick up the white, crochet in white, pick up a 2nd ball of blue. Would that work? Yeah, I'd have to pick up a 2nd ball of blue, crochet the white, picking up a 2nd ball of white, so I'd have to probably kind of draw it out so that I could see it. Because I don't have a great visual memory. The white really makes it pop if you just get the correct weight. Okay, Judy, thank you. So I think this one is a better weight. I'm not sure because that one, the white I'm using, didn't have a band on it. I'm not exactly sure. And it is worsted weight. I mean, it's totally worsted weight. The problem is, I think it might be a different brand. See, those are 2 different whites there. This one's more of an ecru and this is more of a white. So I think one is Willow Daily and one is Universal. This one is definitely Universal Deluxe Worsted Superwash. So I think I've mixed brands, but it's the exact same put up. And so I think that's what's confused me. What I don't want to do is buy more yarn. The other option is to change the see, this is what I deal with. Like decisions. This is what I deal with. So the other option would be to throw this color scheme out and do the black and do the cheetah colors. What do you think of that? Although black for a baby blanket, you know, it's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get linty. What was I thinking? I was thinking the black would be in motifs and it wouldn't like be big fields of color of black to get linty. And then the other tans and browns and butterscotches would be the bulk of it. Because a leopard or a cheetah, in my mind, the main color is like a lighter color and then the spots are darker. So I'm thinking if black is not great for a baby blanket, maybe black would be better for a grown-up sweater or shawl. But I don't really love shawls in worsted weight. So I've got some thinking to do. But first things first. First things first, I want to work on this, and I want to use these balls of yarn or some of these balls of yarn or something. See, this is the design decision process that is so hard for me sometimes. It's like, let's get started. Okay. Oh, I don't like it. Change my mind. Okay, let's get started. I don't like it. Change my mind. Okay, this might not be so bad. Maybe I should stick with it anyway. Okay, so the white balls that I have 3 balls of white. Oh, okay, okay. So these two on the two together look like they could be the same. And this one almost looks yellow next to them. And I think, so maybe I do have enough of these two to do the stripes. And I think this is slightly bigger gauge, but maybe that's just wishful thinking, because I'm thinking this one is definitely, it's still connected to my swatch. So if I just swap out and get rid of this ball out of the mix and use, I think these feel, are these the same? I don't know. But they would be far enough apart in the pattern that they would look like they match. I think these match. These definitely match more than this one. Do you see it? If I reverse the order, do they still look? Yeah, see? So the two on the outside, blue and white, look great together. Okay, thank you, Linda. Thanks for the vote. I appreciate it. So I think if I get rid of this middle one and only use the two on the outside and use those instead, maybe I'll like it better. And then I just have to decide if I'm going to keep the double treble or downgrade those to just trebles. And if I keep the I like the double treble in that it's quick progress. Like one row like gives me like almost a full inch of progress. But again, the downsides are that it's a little bit holy, but I do like that field of color. Oh my gosh, Ellen, just pick something already. So such is the torture of designer. Do you go through this? Do you go through this every time too? Do you do this? Or do you like, no, I just pick something and go with it, Ellen, you're crazy. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do. The first option is I'm going to get rid of this ecru-y color. Instead, I'm going to try to get along with just the white. I probably will get rid of the magenta, even though I love it by itself. I don't think I love it with this particular project. So thank you for coming, as Anne Burrell, the chef, always says as she's teaching cooking. Thank you for coming, and put you aside. Okay, so got to figure that out. So that goes aside. And then I definitely am keeping the blue because that's what I have the most of. And then I think I might be putting the yellow aside. Yes, blue and yellow is a really great combination. I could also separate the whites out by like um, white, yellow, white. Maybe the more you know all the options, the harder the process can be. You know too much. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I just think that I'm indecisive. I'm a Libra. I can't make up my mind. Um, I think I'm not going to add in the yellow. I think the yellow would look better with a different shade of blue. And I think I am going to try to use up one of the whites, but I'm afraid, see, that's why I wanted to do this one because it's just one ball of it. And I thought, oh, if I have the opportunity to use up something, I'd rather use up the stray ball rather than tapping into the two balls that I could potentially use together. Okay, so I think we're doing blue and white. I think I'm going to rip back and get rid of this one. I might keep the double trebles because I like the variety in the size of the waves. And once I add the back post single crochet, it probably won't be so bad. So let's do that. Let's rip that out. I do really like the idea of the pinstripes though, but it's not like convenient to actually stitch it. And I'm not loving the linked stitches because I gave it a try and I didn't really have much fun with the process. So fun is also a factor. Okay, so let's see here. Also, I did start pinning the top of each wave so that I could make sure and get those centered. That way I don't have to count during a meeting, which I think is an important factor for this particular project with my life right now. So, okay, so this one is attached to that ball. And then I started a new ball. You love the idea of the pinstripes too. I know. I know. Maybe I should do a swatch. Maybe I should do a swatch. Oh, maybe I should do a swatch. Okay, so only rip out what I really genuinely think I need to rip out. Everything else should stay in for the time being in case I need to either show it in a video or in case I change my mind back. So I do love the idea of the pinstripes though. So how you know, it's kind of neat. So we'll see. So I'm going to rip back the blue, and then I'm going to rip out the white, and then I'm going to add in the whiter white. Okay. And then go from there. Go from there. Okay. So working. So I am super excited about my trip in July. So much that, I mean, July feels like so far away, but it's not. It's like 5 weeks, our trip. And you can tell I'm excited about a trip because I'm like, I'm not packing, but I started like moving things in my closet. It's like, oh, this will go with the shawl. This will go with the shawl. This will go with the shawl. So it's like, oh, if I do a capsule wardrobe, I could narrow it to like, right now I'm thinking about like navy and like a burgundy dusty rose color, and maybe I have a couple like cute baby pinks that are like more evening-y kind of thing. So by the way, remember this is the fabric. So I'm thinking about making my capsule wardrobe navy and like these colors of burgundy, and then a pop of pink in the evening wear. And I do have a dress that is this shade of blue. So that might work. That might work. I might be able to mix and match those tops and bottoms. I do have a navy sweater. I do have a pink sweater. I do have, because I'm a therapist, so I've got to have a gazillion cardigans, even though I only wear the same ones. I feel like a lot. I do have a burgundy one. I do have a navy one. I do have a light pink one. I don't really love my light blue one, but I do have a light blue one. So I have a million cardigans because I'm always cold. Matter of fact, there's like 3 here on the floor next to me because I get hot and then I get cold and then I get hot and then I get cold, because that's just the way it is. Okay, so I'm pulling out the white and because I don't love the white. I'm gonna have to make sure and move my, I can handle my stitch markers. It's okay. So I need to pull out the white and set this aside because I've decided that I don't like this particular white, even though it would be super convenient because I only have one ball of it. Okay, so move my stitch markers as I pull the stitches out. Do you have a good weekend lined up, my friends? Are you going to be doing any stitching? Are you going to make the hat that I debuted on Wednesday? So here's a question for you. Now, in that video, and unlike most of my videos, I'm not paid money as a sponsorship, except when, like nobody gives me money and says, hey, here's X number of dollars, please talk about paint box yarns. Like I don't get that. I do, however, have affiliate links. So if I mention it and if you choose to buy it, then I get like pennies on each order. So, but it's not a sponsorship. They don't, I mean, does that count as a sponsorship? So on the video, I have to disclose working on your crochet along and going to a barbecue. That'll be fun. I have to disclose in the video if there's a paid promotion or sponsorship, but it's a blurry line to me because I don't really get paid, but I do get like a kickback. There might be a coupon. So some people are like, oh, why isn't this marked paid sponsorship? And it's like, I don't know, because I don't really get paid, sort of. I mean, I do a few pennies at a time, but it's not like I have a deal with them. So I don't know. Do you honestly think that every single one of my videos, oh, but then that was the other thing. Every time I mention love crafts or pink box yards or that I bought this yarn at Knit Picks or that that I'm using a Crochet Denise hook, that I should mark that as a paid promotion. But I only get paid if you purchase something. So it's not like I'm paid to put it there. So I don't know. It's so gray. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. But then the other one there was a video where I didn't mention anybody. So I'm still pulling out the white while we're talking. I don't think I mentioned anybody else's product, but I did mention my own crochet workbook journal things. So the product is mine. So should those be marked as having a promotion or a sponsor? I guess so. Anytime you mention a product that you can buy, I guess that's considered an ad. I think they should pay you if you send us to their commerce sites, but maybe I don't know how this stuff works. You sort of advertise for them. I do because I like the product and I do get paid a little bit if you make a purchase, but if you use my link and make a purchase. So I guess it is a paid promotion. I get paid if you buy, but it's like such a negligible amount that I could easily like never mention those brands ever again and not notice. But at the same time, I want to be honest with you about like what exactly I'm using in case you want to use something similar. So yeah, maybe I should be more strict about it and say, hey, I'm just not going to mention, I'm going to take off all the labels, and I'm not going to mention your brand unless you pay me. So anyway, but I don't think that's what you want, and that's what I'm all about. Okay, so I pulled back the white here, and I'm going to try to substitute the white with the, so I pulled all the way back the white, and I have 8 repeats going here, so this is a much better width, and it's going to continue to shrink as I go, as I learn from my swatch. So swatching does matter sometimes. Okay. And I will continue to, I'll put this back and see if this is the same gauge as the blue or not. And if it's not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm going to do. If it's still like too thin, like the one I just pulled back, if it's too thin like that, and it might be, it might be. If it's too thin, then I don't know if I should go solid blue. It's amazing how the same exact yarn, different colors can be different with different weights because they absorb dye or not. Okay, yep. Okay, so we'll see. If this is too thin, I might have to do solid or make it pinstripes. I might have to make it pinstripes. Okay, so I'm going to work on this for a while. I'd love to hear what you're working on today. So if this is too thin, I might have to make a pinstripe. See, sometimes decisions, you must run. Okay, Christy, have a great day. I need to go here too, but see, sometimes decisions are outside of our control, and we have to make design decisions based on this yarn is too thin. Even though it's the same brand, probably, I took the label off, same brand, and it's ostensibly the same yarn. I feel like I think it might be, it feels in my hands. The solid was pretty also, thank you, Judy. I'm thinking that it might be too thin. Darn it. Foiled again. All right, I'm going to take off. I'm going to play with this and see what happens. And let's look at the calendar, Ellen. So we will catch up on Monday morning, the 10th, a few minutes before 9. So all week next week, my first client of the day is 9 o'clock. So, well, except for Friday, so we'll wait and see what happens there. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, I have a 9 o'clock client each day. So I should be here a few minutes before 9 each day. And hopefully I will not be looking like a hot mess. Hopefully I'll have my act together. And this week is kind of just as it's gone along. Okay, we'll try again next week. It's okay. All right, have a fantastic weekend. I hope you get plenty of relaxing and valuable use of your time crocheting. And I'll see you Monday, a few minutes before 9, and give you an update on what the heck happened over the weekend. Good one. Bye.